You should have heard the music before you came on.
What
I felt like we were at like a John Mayer concert and our girlfriend left us and we were drinking soy milk and crying tears of pain.
Soy Boys United, not us. Zero
They're
chance.
starting to get called out, by the way.
The what?
Did you they're starting to get called out. Elon Musk has been going on a rampage lately about the networks and all their woke ways.
No, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. We can't let this go. We can't let the COVID shit go. We can't let the vaccine shit go. We can't let any of it go. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I know I'm pissing off some people at 9:02 in the morning, but
they're really wild about especially Musk with the fake news. Like he even called out Biden on the debt. Biden was like blah 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 all the debt, and Twitter now verifies the information. And it was like, wow, Musk is, they don't, obviously he's controlling part of the media now, but they don't want him to. There's got to be accountability, Randy says. That's all we want. It's like
listen, this is not about am I right wing, am I left wing, like am I conservative, am I liberal? This is about bullshit being sold to the public as facts, and then when more information comes out, suppressing the information so that you don't look like a freaking liar. And that can't happen in this country. Can't happen.
No, like I saw in was it Portland, they shut down all the Walmarts and stuff, and it's like, well, yeah, like you should have consequences for stealing. I don't care.
Dude, you got like people on the side here. They're like trying to tell you how to run your video. Like this is
yeah, the lighting.
Let me give my public service announcement one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a freaking Burger King. You will not have it your way.
We will have it our way though, because
we will have it our way.
no longer will it be not on. Well, hopefully not like a Zoom. We'll have.
I got people telling me do this, don't do that. Like, come on, dude. Like
we will have the show formatted in a cool, unique way, not like a Zoom call. Hopefully soon. I know we keep saying that, but it looks to be done soon.
Randy R goes, that's why I get up at 5 a.m. Let's go, Randy, because you're a boss, Randy. That's why, because you're crushing Monday like us. You're not crying. You're not up in your feelings. You're not like limping into the week. Let's make some money, right?
Dude, last week, I think I told you, it was Monday, I was like, dude, I got my ass kicked. I lost a lot of money in the weeks before, but I'll be honest, Thursday, Friday, maybe even Wednesday, I don't remember, I have to look back, but my P&L went from like this to like, whoosh, where I felt like a god again. I felt like, here I am getting long, Amazon and all these names that are beat down. And I felt like
we were here on Friday morning and you asked me straight up, Jeff, futures are up. You think it's going to be a bullish day? What did I say?
Continuation.
I said super bullish day. And we got it.
The only thing I'm pissed off on is I sold everything a little too early. Like I had Amazon calls. The stock was up like 1%. I sold calls up to $5. Like they were taking me. I started scaling out like $4.60, $4.80, $5. And then like 30 minutes later, the stock's up 2.5%. The calls are like $6. And I'm like, oh my God, like that's a huge move.
We're getting
huge moves in stocks. Like big moves are starting.
I know, man. Did you see Meta? Meta's not like moving like that normally. That was a massive move in Meta.
I had Meta calls that I sold, I think on Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday. If I would have held them, they like tripled, quadrupled. I had net calls, cybersecurity. They were down to like 20 cents, ended up trading to $2. I mean, I didn't sell them at $2. I sold them like 105 or 120, but like just massive moves where I was like, finally, everything's working again after getting.
Let's back it up a little bit. We got some time. It's 9:05.
I know, Don.
Stocks. We're going to jump into the people are like, I can't believe how horny for stocks these people are. They come in at 9:05. They're like, give me calls, give me prices.
Don's even called me out. You always sell early. Need to let them ride and at least a few rip. That's dead on.
It's
That's
true. The
yeah,
hardest thing, so like step one is like learning how to cut losers and like move on with your life and like just like dealing with the fact that a loser is a loser and you got to find the winner, right? You can't just like double, triple down on losers, right? I think
no.
like the hardest thing to learn, the hardest thing to learn is sitting in winners, is letting winners ride. That's hard, man. That's for me, that was hard. Once I started doing that, then I saw like massive P&L starting to roll in.
Well, it's so hard too right now because we've been so used to, you get one up day or the stock,
Mhm.
let's say the stock you buy calls, stock's up 2-3%, and then the next day the stock's down 3-4%, and you're like, oh man, you know, that's where it becomes hard to sit through because we haven't until last week, we finally got a 2-day rally. Like we actually got a day two. It wasn't just like a one day, then give it all back in the afternoon. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. So
So,
this weekend we had some pretty big news out of and this is something I've been watching because I watch like international a lot. And China like was talking, there was like rumors that they floated out into the market last week,
mhm.
official CCP, that they were going to be like super bullish. They have this Congress where they set GDP targets, they set their budget, they said we're going to spend this, we're going to build this many houses, we're going to move this many farmers into the city and give them jobs making widgets, whatever. Half of it is bullshit. The other half is just like there's like lies and damn lies at this thing. But anyways, they floated this rumor that they were going to have a 6% GDP target, which was kind of bullish, right? So people are looking at that and they were like, okay, let's buy copper, let's buy iron. We talked about this, right? So
Well,
they
yeah.
came out over the weekend at a flat 5% target, which is slightly like bearish. So if you're like a junkie, like insomniac like me, you're watching like Hong Kong last night at 1 o'clock in the morning, down 1%. You're like, okay, might be a little bit soft. Commodities down a little bit. You have like the Rio Tintos of the world, BHP down a little bit, oil's down a little bit off of that. But then as soon as the Americans, and the Americans, by the Americans, I mean like people like me, start trading, and you can trade, this is real junky information. You can trade pre-market stocks at 4 a.m. New York time. That's when stocks start trading Sunday morning at 4 a.m. Futures go all night, right? But as soon as the Americans started trading, the market started getting bid,
Yep. Yep. That
which
I
is
mean
interesting.
that sounds
Really
it,
interesting.
it sounds very bullish. We're actually seeing some some dips, if you want to call it that, getting bought up again. Like
Midterm
the
estimate.
we haven't seen, real aggressive selling continue. And I feel like it's been a few weeks or so, which another kind of check mark to the bulls.
Ties go to the Bulls, right? Ties go to the Bulls for now, in my opinion, especially coming
Again,
from the US.
you want to buy puts, it's hard. Your timing has to be so perfect in covering the puts. And I'll say that 1,000 times. It is so difficult to buy puts, to trade puts, buy
Trade,
puts, and then
yeah.
close them out when you get a downturn. Because last night, let's say you bought puts on Friday, you wake up, you see the futures down, a few points or so. You're thinking, great. And then here you are, they're up 9, and you got Apple with an upgrade from was it Goldman upgraded them. It's very hard to buy puts, especially in tech names. And then
So
you
we
had
got the
tech
we
names
got the
try
ramp start. Yeah, it's true. It is very hard. It is very hard to buy puts, but at the same point in time, that's why this market's difficult, right? Because like we talked about, vol crush happen. You buy calls, vol
Yep.
crush happens. You get one of like these 3 days of like this controlled selling. Like let's say like I'll show you a stock in a second. We'll talk about it. I just wanted to show you this NDX, this move that
Crazy.
let's look at the future. Hold on.
Pull up the
What's that
NQ.
future? Yeah, let me NASDAQ. Where's this future? Okay, here is this. I want to show you the move. Like, yeah. So look at this, right? So US, so they sell it into the morning until the Americans start buying, and then like the 7 a.m., like the full American, but like kids are sitting at their desks in New York at the banks, and they just like, give me more, give me more, give me more.
I gotta buy it. I gotta buy it.
You gotta buy it. You gotta buy it. So, and that's tech. Tech is leading this morning. And that's even with if we look at yields,
Yeah.
everybody's been like pissed off about because yields are starting to go back up. I think it's kind of healthy for the system, but we kind of like peaked out near 5 on the 2 year, which is good. You don't want to see this much above 5. That's going to be like the party's over. Pick up the ball. Let's go home.
Yeah, also too, Apple got a nice upgrade this morning. It was only up like 1% from Goldman.
Uh-huh. I saw that.
Oh,
That's kind of like not bullish enough, right?
right. You'd think Apple would finally an upgrade after being, kind of beat down for a while. I think it'd
My
be up.
TQQ trade was a dream come true, by the way, on
Oh
Friday.
God.
My day trade.
Dude, I read something
It's neither
Friday
here nor
about,
there. Go ahead.
yeah, I read something Friday about, and people are saying these 1 day SPX options
Zero.
like that. Yeah.
You want
And
to
I
talk about that?
saw something with the TQQ about day trading it. These people were talking about.
Well, the thing with the 0 day options, Lance, and this is my opinion on it. So we had like an internal conversation about it on our like publishing thread,
Oh yeah,
right?
I saw
And
that.
I don't like really like going back and forth in that because it can turn into a rabbit hole. And you want to respect everybody's opinion.
Right.
People have different opinions. But from my point of view, when you start having like so and I always like draw illustrations to like this is how the financial markets work and this is how the financial plumbing works. Bunch of smart ass dudes in New York take a vacation to Palm Beach, eat lobster tails, drink ace of spades, party like rock stars, and sit around the pool and they go, we need to come up with a new product to fuck everybody on. What can we do? And then a guy goes, what about options that expire at the end of the day every day? Let's do that. You think there would be a market for that? And then the other guy goes, I think there'd be a massive market for that. And they go, let's beta test it. Let's see if we can get a couple of market makers to join in. And then they go back to New York, they sizzle it up, and they say, well, if it does X amount of volume, it's worth its price. But what happened was they introduced these not too long ago, like a year or something, right?
Yeah, I
And
remember.
it went straight to the moon. Like the volume is incredible. It's incredible now. And so, do we need to have options in the S&P 500 every single day for people to hedge? We do not, right? Play stupid games, like win dumb prizes, right? Win stupid prizes. But the financial, like the vampire squid bankers of New York, will always come up with new products to fleece the public and to create more gambling and to have new games in the casino, new table games in the casino for people to play until it breaks something, until
Yeah.
they break something. And then they pull back and then they go, holy cow, we didn't see that coming. And that happened with a lot. That's happened with a lot. Credit default swaps is another one. People are like, why
Well,
did the financial crisis happen? Credit default swaps were much bigger than the actual credit market.
I
Much,
mean,
much bigger.
I mean, even going back, like all this, like, oh, it's in the best interest, stuff like that. Like, you don't even need, what do they have? Remember when they introduced the Wednesday expiration options and stuff like that?
Yeah.
You really don't need that stuff. That stuff, just 90% of them expire, worthless. But
That's why they do it though. But that's
yeah,
why they invented
but
that.
the
That's
key is
why, right?
it goes back to even, and then they usually get the people with smaller accounts and not educated trade them. It goes back. Remember the whole SPAC boom? It goes
But
back
you
to
know what, like the biggest product in sports betting is become like in DraftKings, it's like betting on the next play. The
real.
junkies are betting on the next play in a football game. It's not enough just to have a point spread, a parlay, the over.
Wow.
People are like, are you going to get a first down on 3rd and 5? I want to bet this. I want to bet this.
Oh yeah, remember there was binaries, Binex or whatever.
Yeah.
The, whole-
Yeah.
the I will say the dirtiest thing was the SPAC stuff, where these people were raising money. The stock can't go below $10. Every stock's going to just park your money in a SPAC, and it's
I've
going
got
to
a funny SPAC story. So I was working in a hedge fund in like Fort Lauderdale, and like when we do these promotions, I always talk about that. The Swedish guys who were sitting around,
be.
whatever. So we were at like a happy hour one night, and this dude like pulls up in a Bugatti, and he's like, "What do y'all do?" It was one of those like finance bros, just like trying to like have a pissing contest. And so we're like, "So what do you do, dude?" And he goes, "I have a blank check company." It's like, wait, what? And he goes, before a SPAC was a SPAC, it was called a blank check company. And I go, what's a blank check? And he's like, people write me a check to invest with me on an investment that I haven't chosen yet, that I will pick and do later. And I go, and you've gotten people to do this? And he's like, about $75 million I've raised in 2 months. I was like, wait, what? Blank check, huh? And so the SPAC people, so again, what was like a group of like, shiesty type of dudes,
I mean,
probably sitting around South Florida,
look,
coming up with like a new way to do stuff. turned into like a massive market.
Look at Bill Ackman. He got all that money in he did like what, 2 SPACs, and he was supposed to buy Universal Media Group. And then like, the clock was ticking, and he's like, oh yeah, sorry gang, like it's a horrible deal nowadays. And then he just basically took all the people's money, and they,
I think Lance and I are trying to drip some safety knowledge on the public today, that you all need to understand that this game is designed to take you into the woodshed, not to give you no romance, no chocolates and flowers like I'm asking for the good trades. Straight up taking you behind the wood. They're designing to do that to you, to the retail people. So why we talk about this stuff is because step one is how not to get effed on this planet. Like you got to learn that. You got to learn that.
Yeah, I think we're so jaded though from being in this industry, and we see these. I got in trouble for calling one guy, we'll say, Harry Potter. We'll say that magic and stuff. But
right.
We see these people, even not. Well, and I guess our industry are like, the kind of the Kramers and stuff like that, and people,
right?
But they endorse like these SPACs, they promote them, the NFTs, the crypto pump scams and stuff like that. And it's just, I get the emails, I get all the emails about.
I do too. I had people inviting me to this big NFT print minting, and I was like, get out of my face.
Make income for life, and the next NFT thing is going to make you a gazillionaire, and this is the next.
But that shows you also greed's still out there, right? People are signing up, they're subscribing to those things.
The next someone mentions in the chat, Skip, the NFT mining of Trump hair. All this stuff is just, it's BS. So it's just, I read it, I watch some of the videos, I look at it and I just shake my head like, man, this stuff is just so bad out there. So stick with stocks, trade options. Like we say, don't do anything crazy, buying options, use proper risk management. Don't, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably
this is what we talk about should be your juice. Don't go to don't go to another juice bar and try to buy like these NFTs. This should be the juiced part of your life. Like,
we're giving you
have your safe bucket of money, you got your income bucket of money. We're not that. Right? We're not that. Some people say they are that. Like, we are not that. We are the juiced part of your life. We are like, you take 5 grand, you take 10 grand, you take 25 grand, and we're going, right?
A cut.
This isn't like you take your 200 grand, your 300 grand, your 500 grand, and you try to produce 3% and then lose it all. I'm not getting any names, but that's not what we do. So that's why we look for these options that have like really good risk reward. You risk a certain amount to make triple, double, quadruple, those kind of things. Let's look at the economic numbers this week. We've got a really massive day coming up on Friday with this job.
Friday's going to be freaky.
Friday is going to be, whatever we do going into, my prayer, because I love to fade things. My big prayer for the week is we have a massive move in one direction or the other. I'm leaning bullish. I think we have a massive move bullish all week. But I think whatever happens Friday, I think they're expecting 200. What are they expecting here? 223,000 jobs created in February. They had 517 in January. If I was a betting man, and I am, I would bet that this number is going to be higher than 223. They thought that January was a fluke. It wasn't a fluke. That's what I'm saying. That comes in high. That's going to be at least a momentary raining on the parade.
So, but what do you think? I think we have, don't we have Powell on Wednesday?
Powell starts talking tomorrow in front of the Congress. Now you want to have a few laughs at the idiots, like how dumb the people are that are running this country. Watch the Finance Committee, specifically the House Finance Committee, Financial Services Committee, talk to.
Is it still
about the economy?
Who? Is it still the one?
Maxine in California. Yeah. You want to listen to people and say, holy shit. They found the dumbest freaking people out of 300 million people to talk to this guy. Watch that tomorrow.
I will say this though. If Powell, so Powell's not dumb. Like, let's be honest.
No, he's not dumb. No, he's crooked. He's the crony in chief, but he's not dumb.
So what he's going to be real smart, and I think this is going to be very bullish for the market, is they're going to, what, they're questioning him? Is that it? Okay.
It's just gonna be his typical, like, he debriefs the idiots and they ask him
Right. So
preposterous
when
questions.
he opens his mouth, he's
Right.
obviously not going to do anything bad. He's going to be a good boy, say yes, yes, Congresswoman, blah blah, and the markets are going to like it, and the market should rally off that because he's not going to fall off the wagon. Put it that way.
Oh no, he's going to be bull juice. I think the numbers are going to be the bear juice. Powell's
Right.
going to boost the market tomorrow.
So that might be something if you want to trade. We're slightly bid today. If you want to trade, look to enter trades either today or Tuesday morning.
Out by Thursday close because
Thursday close positions.
Yeah.
And then if you want to take lotto tickets like the weekly options that expire Friday. So you want to trade Thursday afternoon for options that expire Friday.
Yeah.
Then if you want to take, if it's in your wrist, take some of those to play the jobs number Friday, and that's just going to be buying it.
So is there any stocks you want to look at that you like for that Monday or Tuesday morning through Thursday?
Dude, I had some Roblox calls. Pull up Roblox because it's a pattern on the daily we're seeing a lot. I had these calls at $1 and I sold at $1.30, and then they went to like $3.50. But
I like Roblox, but I'm going to show you another stock within that space that I think has a mega chance.
But you see this chart that Roblox has on the daily, where a lot of these high growth, kind of high PE, I call them junk stocks, Kathy Woodstock. They had a big pop on
I call them crack stocks because they're crackheads. Yeah.
Same category, whatever you want to call it, like high PE, high growth.
Right. They move a lot. Yeah.
They moved a lot the other week with their earnings, or just a lot of these stocks. It didn't matter what it was. It could be, Rivian, it could be Lucid, it could be any shit out there. They popped, they sold off with they filled the earnings gap, and now they're starting to move up again. I actually like a lot of these patterns to retest the highs. Like you got Twilio, another one, TWLO, DraftKings, big.
Let's look at DraftKings.
Big earnings move. Pull it up on the daily. Big earnings move, came back down, and now it's starting to coil up again. See that? Very similar to Roblox.
So DraftKings traded up. So if they like I always say, if it printed there, it's there's most likely going to retest. It's going to trade there again. So DraftKings is offering you $2.50, approximately 12% move from here. And if we look at the options on DraftKings for the week,
it should be low because volatility should be cheap post earnings. Like when I trade Roblox,
this stock could move 10. This stock could move 12% in a week.
Yeah.
You could triple these 19 calls. Could.
Especially if you have Friday's number be good. A lot of those stocks can be up 4 or 5% in a day if the Nasdaq's up 1%.
You want to see an interesting case? This is interesting to me. And I like some of these like special situations that hedge funds do.
I tried trading this. I couldn't. The options were so wide when I looked at it Thursday.
Activision, dude, had a European Union came out and said they're probably going to do the deal. They're probably going to agree to it. The only hang up for this deal going through, and the deal's at $95, all cash, $95. So it's significant. I mean, it can't go much higher than that, but the deal's supposed to close in like 2 or 3 months. And if Europe says they're going to do it, most likely UK is going to follow. I don't know. Just wanted to keep an eye on. Even if it doesn't go through, they're trading at the same like PE as like EA or one of these other companies.
Well, even the other names, Take-Two Interactive, TGWO, and EA had nice moves. Rado made 200% on AI.
Nice.
The AI squeezed all day. That thing was up like 30%. They didn't care. Even though earnings weren't actually like that great. But they said AI like a gazillion times, and the CEO basically.
AI is the hot shit right now until it's not, right? That's just what it is. But
it is.
So what was the high in that? 31? Yeah.
And you should have saw the options. So usually post earnings volatility goes down. The out the money options on AI just went crazy. They're so expensive now because of such a big move. Like look at like the April or even March. Like April, March, anything. Look how expensive the options are now.
I know. I'm
It's
looking at this.
insane.
Yeah, I don't know,
Look
man.
at the
Even on the
30 calls.
yeah, 30 calls, $2. The stock's only at $28. That's harsh. That's
Yeah, I
harsh.
mean now
I
it's
mean,
almost
15% move to break even in 2 weeks. I don't know.
yeah, now you really can't trade it because
No.
it's too expensive out there. But I do like all those like those Roblox, DraftKings, Twilio, all those kind of like Shopify, Amazon, any dips in those, I think they start to move.
I like it. I'd be like, so my mantra this week is long tech, short this kind of shit. FCX here. Like these metals they've been running so hard on the China thing, and they're going to keep raising rates. It's not good for metals. I don't know. It's going sideways. We'll see. Not a perfect setup, but better than shorting other tech. I don't think that's a possibility.
I don't
So
think
think
you can.
ahead. Go ahead.
I don't think I see a lot of these people who are still playing defense, like
Yeah.
buying healthcare and like boring ass stocks and stuff.
Right.
I think I think
that's the danger zone. Like
I do too. I think
look at Philip
all these
Morris.
people who are like safe, like trying to
Does
buy
nothing.
gold, healthcare,
Yeah.
all those kind of names.
Yeah.
I think those people,
It's not a good looking chart. Look at Philip Morris here. It's
no,
done this consolidation and it's breaking lower.
and those and all those people are missing out on the junky names, the names that we're talking about. Like if
Right.
the market's catching a bid, you need to be in Google, Amazon,
The
Meta.
people are flying into those stocks every time there's a little bit of a dip in bearishness. They're flying back in, and you can see it in the returns. Look at the Dow Jones; it's not even up this year. Look at the Nasdaq.
Right. Look at the Nasdaq.
Right. This
So
is going to be the winner. Like if there is a winner, this is the winner this year. This is not going to do anything. This is going to be up or down 5%.
No, you gotta think too. The Dow was strong end of last year.
Yeah.
All that stuff, it's inverse this year. Your shitty stocks are catching
Right.
bids. Your good old safe stocks are going down. Like you need to be in the China. Don says, look at Vegas. The winds, the Las Vegas Sands.
I have MGM. I've got MGM as one of the money flow stocks this month. I gave you a free trade. Thank you very much.
Melco, all those MGM.
Yep.
They are just wow. I mean, those names have just been incredible. Like no dips.
No kidding. I mean, look at this one. Look at Win, right? Win is
Oh my gosh, a monster.
Look at this, breaking new highs. I mean, how many stocks are making new highs right now?
I mean, look at the Las Vegas Sands. Very similar. Just about to flag over 60 here.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting stretched though, a little stretched, but pullbacks you buy for sure. All right, dude. All right, amigo. I think we got to the end of the road here, and
I gotta go upstairs and get on the trading computer.
Oh, I've been tweeting a lot lately. So if people want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Jeff Zan. I'm at Jeff Zan. That's my Twitter.
And mine is my name, Lance Ippolito.
Yeah, because I put out like different charts and stuff on Twitter, general information, but like reacting to news events and general information stuff. So follow me there also.
Yeah, make sure you guys like or subscribe to the YouTube.
That too.
You can watch us on YouTube, and I think you get the alert on YouTube. And
soon, this show is not going to look like one of those like lame COVID Zoom cocktail parties. I hated that shit. People are like, let's get together on Zoom. I was like, you want to drink with me? You're going to take your mask off, and you're going to risk it. We're going to take a risk. I don't do Zoom parties. I'm sorry.
I just don't like being on Zoom. I still have like flashbacks of years.
It's triggering. It's triggering.
It really is.
You know what it is? Zoom is for introverts and hermits and people that are afraid of society. That's not me, and that ain't you. So let them have their Zoom parties. Let them have their Zoom, happy hours and shit. All right, time to go. Thanks, guys. Looks like another good week coming. And remember, Friday, that thing's gonna come in. And remember what we talked about. So take care. Hope you guys got something out of this.
Yeah,
have a great week.
I think too, everyone, I'm doing a live trading thing tomorrow at 3. So you'll get the text, email, Telegram, all that stuff. Just a heads up. I'm pretty sure I'm doing it
We're doing a Friday Crush the Open, Lance?
I don't know. A lot of Apple calls coming in here. I don't know yet. Are we?
I
This
would.
is me trying to trade and look at Zoom and stuff at once.
Yes.
Whoa, Toss redid their. I forgot they redid their login.
Who?
Toss redid their login. Their login screen.
Yeah. All
It's like
right.
a different,
There's still people here. Amazing.
what are y'all doing?
Later, y'all. Have a good week.
Yeah. Oh, snaps up another 3%.